What's up, guys? This is OJ Light, and I believe this is day 7 of my journey to a six-pack. So couple things. I actually went swimming this morning. I was trying to do it in the afternoon, but there's too many swimming lessons going on in the pool and a bunch of kids, and I just thought, you know what, let's go 5 in the morning. There's very, very few people there. I'm able to get in. It's awesome, right? I do about a 45-minute swim. That's enough, man. Trust me. By the last 10 minutes, I am out of breath when I get out of that pool. It feels great, and also I enjoy the water because it feels good on my muscles. Like yesterday, I did chest, tri, shoulders. So the upper body is really sore. It feels the cool water just feels good on the muscles. It really does. So that's a bonus. But what I really want to talk about today, guys, is I didn't really come up with this concept. I took something I saw and I applied it elsewhere. Okay, so Dan Kennedy, who, if you've listened to this channel, you know I listen and really implement his work into my life. Has something called the money pyramid, okay? The wealth pyramid. This is kind of how it goes. The bottom 20% are forever broke, okay? Then the next 60% endlessly struggle with money, okay? So 80% of people, money is a problem. That's basically what it says, okay? Then we get to the next 15%, so that would be, the top 85%? Top 95%, 80 to 95%. They have a good standard of living, but, it is possible if a couple hiccups that they, like a divorce, some major medical bill, they might get knocked down to the bottom 80. But there's 15% of people that are doing very well. Okay, very well. And then there's the top 5%, which are doing really, really fucking well. I mean, amazing. And then we got the top of that 5%, the top 1% of it is extraordinarily wealthy. This is like the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, probably people who you've never even heard of before are in the 1%, right? And that's the wealth pyramid, okay? And the basic premise of the pyramid isn't to tell you that it's hopeless or anything. It's to tell you that the majority of people have really bad behaviors when it comes to making money and keeping money and of that, okay? So I kind of looked at the pyramid, like the 20, 60, 15, 5% blocks. And I kind of thought about that in terms of weight. People in weight, okay? And it's not quite as bad, but it's kind of getting there. So, there's a statistic where about 74, it's probably 75 now, but 74% of Americans, overall Americans, children, men, women, old and young, 74% of Americans are overweight, okay? So that almost matches the 80% kind of mark. We're a few points off. I think 3% have six-packs, which is kind of, again, it's a little off of the 1% super rich, but if you kind of see the equivalent. However, I think, this is just me. This is a pure bro science prediction, okay? I don't know if this is going to happen, but this is kind of where I think, okay, let me put it like this. If nothing really, really, really good happens or really, really, really bad happens in society, if we just keep going the next 30 years as is, I think we're going to hit this. By the 2030s, 50% of the population, that's half of the American population will be obese. 2030s. I don't know exactly where on the day. I think it's at 40-something right now, honestly. But by the 2030s, half of Americans will be obese. Okay? Well, if you look at the pyramid, the closest thing to the 50% is actually the 60% block. Okay, that's I mean, we're 10 percentage points off, which is quite a bit, but it's kind of getting there. So my prediction, and this ain't gonna happen probably for another, if society keeps doing what it's doing, let's fast forward 30 years. I'm 70, right? I'm towards the end of my life. I'm wondering if nothing changes, I think maybe 20%, the bottom 20% of people will be dangerously obese. Okay? We're talking like 1,000-pound life people. So 1 in 5 people will be like that. 60% of people, regular obese. Okay? So 80% of people, not fat, will be obese. 15% of people will be overweight. 5% will be healthy weight. Within that 5%, the 1% will have the six-pack. Okay? I'm wondering if that's the general direction. I don't, like you said, the only thing I think that would stop this from becoming a reality is 2 things. Something really, really bad happens, like, example, America goes bankrupt and people can't afford to eat. That would be like a really, really bad thing, right? That kind of stops this from happening. Or something really, really, really good happens, like they make some miracle drug that you never gain weight ever again, right? So, unless one of those 2 things happen, I think this could become a reality. I think this could become a reality, okay? Now, the last thing I want to talk about, because we're kind of talking about that miracle drug, is Ozempic, okay? I don't know how mechanically it works. I mean, I know it's a shot, and I know it helps you lose weight. I understand that concept of it, but how it does it, I can't speak on the science. And some people think this is the miracle drug. I'm not convinced, okay? I know there's some side effects, but I'm going to just talk from real-life observation. I know 2 people that are using it. 2 people, okay? Now, here's the funny thing. One person is doing it in conjunction. They're doing it alongside a eating program, and they go to the gym like 5 times a week, right? They are lifting weights, they are eating considerably healthy, and they're doing the drug, okay? And I have to admit, they're looking like a banger right now. It's a girl. She's looking like a banger right now, okay? Very, very, it's very good. Like the results have been quite awe-inspiring, okay? Now, I know another woman who just took the Ozempic. She did not change her diet. It is still saturated with alcohol, sweets, onion rings. Did not change her diet. And the idea of going to the gym is just so far outside of reality that it's a fantasy, okay? Now, she has lost 70 pounds. But the difference is that she looks... You know how, like, when people get cancer or they get some really bad sickness and they lose a bunch of weight and it looks like they're about to die? That's the look. That's the fucking look. So... Again, I'm not saying Ozempic is evil. I just think I think it's a tool, and it should be like a supplement type of tool where you got the diet and exercise dined in. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm gonna guess more people are like the withered witch look than the I used it with a workout program and diet program people. I'm gonna guess it's they didn't want to change the behaviors. They just wanted a different outcome. Okay. Again, not saying anything bad about the drug in itself. It's just how I think it's being applied right now is pretty atrocious. But that's what I've been. So basically, guys, if I was to put myself in this weight chart, I would say I am in. Kind of fucking blows my mind. I'm in the top 20% of people. I am maybe top 25%. But I'm on my way out of the bottom, right? I am determined to get to that 200 pounds. I'm determined to get to that six pack. It's an endless struggle, but I am determined to get there. I think in the next 18 months I will be there. But some people will never be there. Some people don't even want to try. They don't even want to try to get there. And it does concern me. Like, I made a prediction maybe a few years ago that I saw two crises that were coming over the hill, and there's probably more than just this. But I don't know what's going to set off which, but either the debt crisis in America will kill a bunch of people, or America will just get too fat that we can't pay, that sets up the debt crisis. I don't know. One will tip over the other. I don't know which one. But it'll be both bad. They'll both be bad. Super bad. Super bad. Super bad. So that's just my thoughts for the days, guys. I'm going to have some new pictures Friday. Today is Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. So this coming up Friday, I will have some new picture, a new mirror picture. All right, guys. So I will see you guys on the next vlog. Oh, and catch my live stream tonight if you can. I'm working on a presentation, and I would love to see people give some feedback. So later.